Hi everybody, Cindy Ellers here from Cindy's Stamping Studio. I'm located in the center part of Wisconsin, and I'm on 2 minutes early, but I just like to do that so I can get myself set up on my Kindle and my laptop. So while I do that, and then wait for people to hop on, I welcome you, and I am so glad you could join me. I have a great card to share with you tonight, and a fun technique. There we go. Ooh, that made me kind of nervous. I'm sure it has a lot to do with the Canadian wildfires, and the smoke is really bad here today. So I'm sure that's part of it. But just hang with me. I'm getting myself all connected. There's Kay Wire and Linda Hodge, and hello, Sally Becker. Nice to see you all. We have the fun technique I'm going to do tonight. I'm calling alcohol and blends, rubbing alcohol and blends. Don't get any ideas. And the stamp set we're using is called Artistic Leaves. It's an online exclusive I have going on this week. It's a busy week here. Stamping Up the 2025-27 in color sale starts tomorrow with 15% off all in color products. They're ink pads, re-inkers, cardstock, anything to do with the 2025-27 in colors, embellishments, all of that. Plus, the last chance list has been, and now I'm back. It keeps going back and forth. So hopefully you'll be able to see me. Okay? Let's move right along, and we'll hope for the best. For my door prizes, for comments, I have some very pretty silver sequins I'm going to send to Janet Fortin from Wisconsin. So Jan, you're a winner, and these are going to be headed your way. For sharing, I have some Pretty Peacock, which I haven't used Pretty Peacock in a while, but maybe because it's not a summer color. That could be. I have some Pretty Peacock sequins I'm sending to Mary Jane Strenzi. So Mary Jane, congratulations. These will be sent to you, and these will be sent to Jan. So, yeah. And let's see. There's Jeannie Mullen. And thank you for liking and sharing. And Kay Wire says, saw your ribbon cutting for the Airbnb. I know. I just posted today. I was waiting to start tonight. Beautiful day out. Hope you were able to enjoy it. Congratulations on your new endeavors. Yeah, it was Justin's idea. So, but I said, go for it. And it's beautiful. And I hope we're very successful. Okay? Yeah. What I have going on, it's Fair Week. So starting Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be going to the fair every day because the kids have steers that they're showing, and that's always a lot of fun. It was the first time I've ever went to that part of the fair last year, and so now this year we have both Andy and Easton showing their steers. So looking forward to that. My August technique class is coming up next Tuesday, August 12th. I had to postpone it because of the ribbon cutting, so it's on Tuesday, not Wednesday. If you're interested in joining me in person next Tuesday, but you know that class is available as a class to go. I would love it if you wanted it as a kit, and I would send it to you. You pay for the kit plus the postage, everything you need except for stamps, and ink and adhesive is included. And you just need basic stamps like happy birthday or with sympathy or something like that. Okay, now tonight I'm going to flip my camera, and like I said, tonight's card works with works with the acrylic block and blends technique. And I learned something. I'm going to flip that while I keep talking. There we go. Now you can see Jim's truck and how hazy it is. It's awful. There we go. Let me push this up. And I forgot to go and get my laptop set up. Like I said, this is an online exclusive. One thing I did learn, that not all alcohol for this technique is created equal. You have to have at least the 91% alcohol for it to work. You have to have a little bit stronger alcohol, not just plain old rubbing alcohol. You need antiseptic alcohol. And hello to Kathy Sanford. Nice to see you. So, okay, we're using this stamp set. We're going to also use both of these inks. And the stamping blends I'm using tonight is Pecan Pie, Timid Tiger, Daffodil Delight. You'll notice I'm using old blends. That way I can use them and use them up. There's Tracy Krantz. Nice to see you too. And I also found out that you want to use dark. Using light doesn't really work very good. So if you want to duplicate this at home, you can. We have, for our card base, Basic Beige. It's a sideways card. It's going to be 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, I'll put that aside. We have a white piece for the inside. And I'm using watercolor paper. Stampin' Up still sells it. It works. I use regular white, and while it does work, it doesn't work nearly as good as watercolor paper. Okay, let's see. I am using the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. And when it's a 3D, I have a navy blue dot on it so that it matches my gray, whatever you call this. And it turned out wonderfully. There, it turned out just great. So that's going to be my layer. Okay, I just want to show that to you. Okay, so I have a D size block, and you can go and color these any way you want, sideways, diagonally. I'm going to go diagonal just to be different. And like I said, I'm using old blends. I don't care if they get more ruined than they already are. And, well, my Timid Tiger isn't old. I'll be nice with him. You're going to want to go and color the block a couple of times, actually 3 or 4 times, to get some good color. You don't have to color the whole block. Okay, and Pecan Pie. But for this particular card, and like I said, these are all dark blends. The more color you use, of course, the better it's going to turn out. And let's get that Daffodil Delight back in here. It's really sad how this one didn't survive a class, but it happens. Okay, so I've colored all of my block here, and here's my watercolor paper that I'm going to stamp. I want to use my paper piercing pad. You won't have to, but it works best. Now what you're going to do is spritz the alcohol right on the block, and you really want it saturated like so. And that's what it looks like. Now you don't have to worry that you're going to have it stained. All you need to do is take a piece of paper towel and spritz some alcohol right on there, and it'll clean right up. It's just like so. So that's nice to know. We're going to let this dry for a little bit. You just love those colors. I do too. It turned out well. We're going to let it dry for a little bit, and let's assemble our card. I'm going to go and use my Cajun Craze that I embossed, which I can't remember, with my plaid, Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. And if you're wondering, this is the same technique, different card though, same technique that we will be using for a technique class this month. So I always like to practice a couple times, and I thought, what better way to practice than making a card like this. Okay, now, how does this feel? Not too bad. I'll let it dry a little bit more. Let's do the inside. Using my Cajun Craze, I want to decorate it. And just putting some leaves on the side, like so. That's my decoration for the card. Let me cover this up. You know I can't trust myself. Okay, now I got out my early espresso, and I'm going to stamp. I had to find it. Had a hard time getting in tonight. I'm in Colorado. Well, Denise, I am not surprised, because I was having a very slow connection, and it even timed out on me a couple times. It appears to be okay now. Celebrate today. Oh, I love the font on these words. Again, this is the Artistic Leaves stamp set. I'm going to put that right in the inside. I got a feeling it has something to do with the weather we're having right now. It's too bad, because we've went a whole week, and I loved it, without the awful humidity, and it's coming back by the end of the week. I'm not a fan, but I've liked this. Nice to walk in. Let's take our piece of watercolor paper, which is 3x3. Okay, and my leaf. I think, just to be on the safe side, since it is a photopolymer leaf, I love it, I'm going to use my paper piercing there. Oh, it turned out so nice. And get rid of this, just because I like to make it. I'm going to go and ink up my little dots that are also in this stamp set. Stamp off, and go around the outside edges. just to add a little extra. I'm looking forward to, well, you know, I'm looking forward to not having to work so hard, that's for sure. But I'm looking forward to our county fair. It's right here in Neillsville. Andy and Easton are showing, so that makes it even more fun. And Andy is showing a steer in the beef class, but also a heifer in the open class. So that's really exciting. Okay, so we're going to put that right there. That is pretty. Thank you, Denise. Yeah. I hadn't used this technique for, well, I haven't used it for a long time. And as you all know, my technique class, that was my first class, has been going on for about 15 years. So we've done them all. But it's always fun to revisit them. It's always fun to revisit them. And you're using new stamps. And it just makes it more fun. Okay, so then I wanted my tag. Now this is from the Unbounded Love dies. So we have this little guy, and then I don't know why it has to go and cut this part out. But that's okay. And I probably should have put it on an adhesive strip. So I'll quick do this. And I'm going to put this right here on my card. So it's like that. Now, taking Early Espresso ink, I am going to stamp my tag, which is grateful for you. There. It really turns out nice. I might have went and pressed down too hard, but it's okay. And some dimensionals. There we go. Alrighty. And we put it right back inside here, but because we have it on dimensionals, it pops it up. And you could use any Early Espresso sequins or embellishments, but I have some here that I want to use up. So I'm going to put one right here, and I'm going to put one right there. So there, yeah, and that's our card. It turned out really nice. I like it. The watercolor paper is so easy to work with. I really like how it turned out. So yeah, there's our card. It is Artistic Leaves, an online exclusive. just came out not too long ago. And yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope that's it. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. I'm looking forward to playing, not working, right? And thank you. And have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next Monday, okay?